Hi, I'm here to answer some of your questions. Thank you for those. Um, favorite centers in my room, I would say, especially for this class, that the recycling center is very popular. I'm not sure if that showed up in my little room tour that I had in my presentation before, but I did paint my cabinets with chalkboard paint so I can write different things on there, erase it, change it up if I want to. But this big closet is awesome because, it has these things that I have listed here, puzzle pieces, plastic pieces, floppy disk lids, CDs. Um, I do have some of these have magazines that I share with other teachers. And I share my whole closet with the art department. These are mostly things I brought from home, and there are things that maybe would have been recycled. We also have a lot of cardboard in the room and some cardboard scissors that really help. This is a popular place. Next to it, I just wanted to show you that um, have this photo op place, which is also kind of popular. And these pictures are from our class Instagram page. This is Musa. He helped me color these in. I kind of sketched it out and then he colored it in. And it is a bit awkward since kids like to run their finger through it and erase it, but we just go over it and, make different colors and keep working on it. So it is a really fun place to get your picture taken. It's not really a center, but it's something fun in our classroom. So the collage center is another favorite one. I would say always out. And I do present these to my other classes as things that you can do when you're finished. We're doing project-based learning for the most part in drawing and painting classes and mixed media, but with a lot of choice involved. And so, these are things that can be used or they can be used when you have extra time. So what we're looking at here is some folders with different colored advertisements. When I go through my magazines, I like to make collages. So I subscribe to quite a few. We also get some from the library at school. And I go through and I just tear out what I want. Then I look for advertisements that are mostly one color and put them in these folders. We do sometimes do things with, color, favorite colors, colors you like, colors on a grid. Kids can use things like this. And boy, our magazine box is a mess because, all that cleanup stuff we would do at the end of the year last year did not happen. It usually takes weeks, and I would have students help me with that. But we've got magazines underneath the counter and also this little chest of drawers with different paper type things, maps, construction paper, other interesting paper that I find, for instance, tear off calendar pieces. The cards are artist trading cards that are just either playing cards or pieces that I've cut from junk mail or maybe old artwork that kids don't want at the end of the year that they give back to me to be used for different purposes. Um, Furniture, how much, I don't have much input, I would just say, to the furniture that I've ever had in my art rooms. And I've had some, awkward setups. Um, what I have now is the old library tables, and it took me 3 years to get all of those tables. It seems kind of, you know, strange. I guess I didn't realize before I was an art teacher that, that's not what we're spending our money on. No one's asking for my input. I was one of the people that said, I want some of the library tables. I got 2 the first year, and then another teacher got the other ones. We used to have an extra art teacher when we were expanding the art department one year. The next year, they shrunk the art department and she left. sadly, and I did get the rest of those tables. So, I mean, to me, it's kind of amazing to have matching tables. The chairs, I mean, they're cool because they've been there the whole time that Lincoln's been around. I think they're cool. They're awesome. You know, they don't easily tip over. Kids do tip over in their chairs. It's kind of an interesting phenomenon. Occasionally, um, a one or two kids a day tip over in their chair, and how they do it, maybe because their backpack's on the back and it's heavy and it's leaning. I don't know. But I think these are more heavy duty. They're less likely to tip over in their chairs. It never occurred to me, that somebody would throw one. But I guess that could happen with any sort of chair. Room layout, it's interesting. I am reading Studio Thinking 2 for a PDU that I'm taking. And I actually never read this before. And it talks about the importance of the way the room is set up. To me, if you have room to work, if you're able to easily walk around and get the materials that you need, you know where they're at, then you've got a good layout. And it's not a fancy layout, but I don't have a lot of choice in the area in the room that I have for the amount of students that I have, but I do feel like they can easily move around the room, and so it works for us. Oh yeah, so this is my home classroom when I'm teaching from home, and where I'm sitting right now. So I would say the most input I've ever had into my furniture is my home art room here, and this is the kids' table. So it is kind of funny that I'm working at, where the kids sit at Thanksgiving and Christmas and things like that. I got a couple of bookshelves and some fun things that I've got in the background that I think are interesting for people to look at. Are these the same? No, no, they're not. And I know equanimity is a very hard word to define, and I'm just going to tell you my definition. Equanimity is a state of mind. Equality is fairness. So, fairness is what I'm looking for in my classroom. Equanimity is a state of mind that I feel like I need to have in order to be a good teacher, especially to these kids that we are talking about. Equanimity means that, I'm not reacting to situations. I'm thinking first. I'm pretty calm most of the time. And, so I'm able to deal with different things that come up during the day. And, I'm not freaking out. I'm not yelling at kids. I'll tell you, that just does not work. I figured that out when I was student teaching. And it's a waste of time. It doesn't help anybody. And also, it takes a lot of energy to make it through the day. And being at a more like even emotional state, which is kind of part of equanimity for me, is what helps me make it through the day. And not overreact to situations, but maybe take some time, think about it. And I think mindfulness is part of the way that I get to equanimity. And then that helps me be able to teach in a way that I think is fair to all my students. So I will continue with some more questions in a bit.